All right, all right. Looks like it's live. We didn't do the intro or anything. So let's jump into that here really quick because we need that intro to go through. So here we go.
Dispatchers help callers on the worst days of their lives. For over 25 years, we've been there. A silent partner in millions of calls thanks to our redundant and diverse networks that ensure call delivery. Today, cities are bigger, traffic more congested, and the challenge is more complex. But you're never alone, because InDigital is quietly improving, implementing, and driving the next generation of 911, so you're supported in every situation. Make the switch at InDigital.net.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch because laughing is good medicine. Yo, welcome back to Open Mic Live. How's everyone doing? It has been 2 weeks. It seems like way longer, but it's been 2 weeks since we have done an Open Mic Live. And it's because I've been traveling back to back, like straight up back to back, like tippity tap shoes, just going through, man. It's been crazy. There's been so much going on, and I'm here. We're back again. So much stuff going on. It is December 14th. Oh, my homegirl Catherine up in this piece saying to slay. Oh, I will slay. Oh man, my eyes are watering already. We're already laughing and doing it to it. So again, it's December 14th, 2025, and we are just a few weeks away from not only Christmas but 2026. 2026. Holy crap. Big shout out to InDigital for sponsoring this. Thank you so very much, and to everyone who watches, listens, and supports. I appreciate you more than you know. Man, again, so many things have been going on, and where should I even start? You know what? As usual, let's go with, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's everyone doing? 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you doing? What is your number coming in? I would say I'm at a high 8. High 8. It is freezing up in this room right now. Freezing. Like, I've got this zip up. I've got this hat on because, Christmas time, but look how long this bitch is. Yeah. If any of you know who Bianca Belair is, like that, straight up, yo. And then I can just throw it around. Oh man, yeah. So what are your numbers? Throw that in the comments. What are your numbers? How are you feeling? Again, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? How are you doing? And so what is your number, and then where are you watching from? I used to do roll call all the time, and let's do it. Where are you watching from? We'll jump it in there. 11 and 70 days. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Man, you got a big number there. That's good. That is excellent. Coming in with a good number. And what I do want to throw in here as well is if you are not a part of the free trenches community, jump onto that. We've got a ton of stuff coming. And I will say this right now. So the link is in there, but I will say this that what so every other month I was having the public safety showcase, right? And it's December, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to push this to January instead. Let's push this to January, and we'll start fresh in the new year with the public safety showcase because there's a lot of folks that want to speak, and I'll be able to get all that going through. Plus, man, this month has been crazy for me. Well, for a lot of people. But I've been traveling back to back to back to back, and it has just been nuts. Uh, my homie coming up in here with a 10 and out of Greensboro, North Carolina. What up, my friend? It was good seeing you at the conference this past week. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, let's start there. I was recently in Sandestin, Florida, and I was out there for the Florida Nina Fall Conference, and it was awesome to be out there with all of you and, just hang out. And I also recorded an episode out there with an awesome dispatcher named Hannah, which I will talk about here in just a moment. But I wanted to make sure to put that link in there again for anyone who wants to join the community. Again, it is free, and I've got over 200 hours worth of continuing education on dispatch, all kinds of stuff from all 6 Dare to Be Greats, and then 45 rounds worth of the Dispatchers Roundtable, all kinds of topics again that relate with those under the headset, and then the Public Safety Showcase. We've got all of those that are added on there, and so much more to come with that as well. So stay tuned for that. And I want to get on there, do movie nights, do all types of things. People are on there asking questions. I will admit I haven't been on there these past couple weeks because I have been traveling and things have been crazy. It has been nuts, but being busy can be good. So again, I wanted to put that out there and talk about that on Mondays at around 9 or 10 a.m. Depending on if I have any early meetings, I do coffee chats. And this evening, what I have here, my old school mug from Allegan County Central Dispatch. I will always have this. No, I'm not drinking coffee at the moment. I am drinking some hot chocolate because seriously, that's how cold it is in this freaking room right now. It is probably in the negatives outside, and every time there's a gust of wind that goes by, I feel it in here. So having this and my hot chocolate, my zip up, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm all right. I'm warm at the moment, but also because I'm moving around like a fool. So we've got the coffee chats on Monday, and then Wednesday for the midweek check-in. I've got those where I come on. It's just about 30 minutes or so. Jump into the community. I go live and just chat with everyone, check in, see what everyone is doing for the week, and then of course for the midweek, how everyone is doing, and we just go from there. Now, I mentioned how crazy it's been. And I want to play something for all of you really quick here because this is also part of what has been crazy. And it's because you may or may not have heard recently, a good friend of mine, Lori, published her first edition of her new magazine, The Comverse. And there are I don't know, 20 or so articles that are in there from people all over the place. And just very good stuff. If you have not checked it out, make sure to do so. Follow on social media, check out the website, and that's thecomverse.org. And you'll find this free digital magazine for public safety for those under the headset, all types of topics, all over 911. And I have a column in there called One Voice, and it's about stories from Imagine Listening, from the I Am 911 movement, and how one voice can change the world. And so make sure to check that out along with all the other columns. But the cool thing with this as well is that this is also a podcast in a way. So her idea was to have this magazine, but also have it where you could take it with you and listen to the articles. So I'm going to play the trailer here for you. It's a little longer than your usual trailer, but you'll hear it here in just one moment. And I'll tell you here in just a moment. Hold on. Let me switch this over here. Now, you should be able to hear this. If for some reason you can't hear it, let me know, okay? But I'm going to play it here. Here we go.
Welcome to The Conversation, where we will cover all things in the communications universe. Grab your headphones, iPad, or console computer and get ready to experience The Converse, a barrier-breaking, industry first-of-its-kind magazine. Across digital and audio platforms, The Converse delivers high-quality insights, practical tools, and forward-looking perspectives to the public safety and critical control room communications personnel who answer the call 24/7. We are dedicated to elevating the industry's voice, showcasing innovation, and providing actionable information that strengthens responses, builds resilience, and supports those on the front lines. While working with a class recently, I said, any agency is only as strong as the personnel working at 0330 hours. Sadly, the students noted that while the boss may be familiar with the newest technologies or advanced interpersonal techniques, they were not. Lori recalled working in communications for many years, not knowing there were industry magazines. When I learned they existed, I discovered they were ensconced in the supervisor's office and never filtered down to the personnel on the floor doing the job. Then I saw a social post where a communicator asked for someone to explain NG911 to her as if she were 3 years old. Thank you for that, if you're reading this. Again, I reflected on the lack of information flow to the line personnel in some organizations. As our profession embraces explosive innovation and technological advancements, it is more crucial than ever that those who will be required to operate with emerging technology and enhanced call-taking techniques understand it and its impact on operations. Over the past several years, I also noticed that the various types of communication centers were often unaware of each other's operations, despite the need to collaborate during large-scale incidents. Whether the critical control room monitors highways, provides medical transport, ensures safety at a nuclear power plant, handles hazardous material incidents at a chemical manufacturing facility, or provides fire protection at an oil refinery, all critical control rooms must interact with the emergency communication centers. Through sharing and working together, we are all stronger. I decided to address this dilemma by creating the Comverse and distributing it to all communications personnel for free online. The information cannot get stuck in an office. The focus of every article will be on the line personnel. The Comverse will eliminate barriers to critical information, providing line personnel with the information they need to succeed in their mission. We will try to have a wide variety of articles in every issue, including technology in layperson terms, critical room articles, extreme dispatching, personal development, AI implications, wellness, and self-care, with recurring columns such as One Voice, Interstellar Insights by Fletch, and Connecting the World's Lifelines. This magazine is for each of you, those who, like diamonds, are forged under pressure and trusted in crisis.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go. So, as you could hear, I did the voiceover, and I did the voiceover for the trailer, and every single article that's in there, I read them. So, this microphone right here, this is what I used for all the voiceovers, and it was a ton of fun. But dude, when I was fully done, I had to get like a honey stick and take some honey because my voice was getting strained. But it was a lot of fun. It was an honor to do it, and I'm happy to be working with Lori on that. So if you have not checked it out yet, make sure to check out the Comverse. Find more information. It's the comverse.org, and you can check it out there. And if you want to be a contributor as well, I'm sure she's taking people from all over the place. This magazine is goes out quarterly, so it's going to be awesome. Again, I got to read all of those, and I put all the music together and everything for it, and produced it. And I remember when I found that song, I thought, I think this is the one. So what I did was again on this microphone. So I put the headphones on my daughter Lola, and I said, okay. I said, here we go. And then I started playing the music. And then as soon as it hit the certain spot that I had there where I was going to start reading it, and the way it is in each article episode, when you go to it and follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, excuse me, you end up hearing me and my daughter's listening. And right when it hits, I jump in and it's welcome to the Comverse, where we will be discussing all things communications, and start going through it. And her eyes are like popping open. And when I finished the part that I was doing, she goes, that's the one. That's the one. I was like, yes, hell yes, man. That's what I am talking about right there. So it was a lot of fun to do. Again, if you have not checked it out, make sure to do so. And just so that you have it, oops, let me put it in here, and then you can check it out afterwards. Now remember, if you're looking it up, it's not comverse.org, it's the Comverse, all one word, thecomverse.org, and you will see or you'll be sent over to the website. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll find social media and everywhere else to check it out. So make sure to do so. Again, a lot of cool stuff coming up. All right. And and also, so that you know what it looks like, let me share this here really quick on the screen. Boom, baby. There you go. The Comverse podcast. So you are able to go on there. Looks like you can listen on Libsyn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, and all of them. Again, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, you'll find it there. So make sure to check that out. And more to come. More to come from the Comverse. So I want to mention these couple things. Actually, one, because the other one, I can't find it, and I don't know where it's at. I'll have to share it later. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I put it on my. You know what? I'll save it. I'll save it for the next one. But I do want to talk about this here really quick. So let me share this, because while I was on a trip, this was all over the place. I mean, this literally went viral. So let me let me share this, and here we go.
If this was you or me, we'd probably be under arrest for breaking and entering, destruction of property, theft, and public intoxication. However, the prime suspect in this case is a raccoon. We had to see the pictures to believe it. And you're looking at evidence right now. You see the little guy there passed out? He was in the bathroom, clearly regretting his life choices. This happened in Virginia on Saturday. An animal control officer said this raccoon broke into a liquor store and got into the scotch and whiskey on the bottom shelf. You know what? I've done the same thing. She described his actions as a full-blown rampage, but the raccoon was released into the wild on personal recognizance, which seems to not make too much sense, but what a mess. There you go.
We have an update on the little guy that went on a big bender. Yesterday, we told you police found a raccoon passed out near a toilet in a Virginia liquor store over the weekend. The store has released surveillance video of the furry intruder. Check this out. Looking a little tipsy, tries to climb up shelves, then falls. The store's PR manager says the raccoon got into rum, moonshine, peanut butter whiskey, vodka, and eggnog. Sounds like a crazy night, right? A crazy Christmas party, maybe. Was taken to an animal shelter, and after sobering up, the raccoon was released back into the wild.
Do you all remember that raccoon found passed out drunk in a liquor store?
Okay, I didn't know this was a compilation.
Right?
But
My spirit animal, I believe. Well, it's now raising money, not for the bar tab, but for the place that helped it dry out. The Hanover County Animal Shelter, which responded and released it safely back into the wild. So it's out there somewhere. It has now put together a line of merchandise honoring its
trashed panda.
Because this is what you do these days. So far, the sales have raised more than $150,000 to pay for programs at the shelter and to help other animals.
Oh, dude, trashed pandas. Are you kidding me right now? That is amazing. Wow. Okay, so yes, Wes, he's up in here like best story of 2025 for real, dude, right? For real. I love that. Especially I might have to get one of those sweatshirts because that's pretty hilarious right there. Trashed panda. Can- So here's the thing. I shared this on my personal Facebook, and one of my friends on there ended up commenting saying that that was their center. And I said, did you take the call or who took the call? I would love to have you on the podcast. So I got a private message and I spoke with the person who took the call, and they're going to be coming on the podcast so that we can capture this story. Like, I'm going to capture the dispatcher story as well, but we're going to talk about this specific story too, because it's freaking hilarious. And it's like all over the world, man. It's everywhere. Donna, what up, yo? So yeah, so I I made contact with the dispatchers and stuff, and we're already planning to record this episode, and it is going to be epic. I cannot wait. I am so happy. And to the two of you, you know who you are if you're watching right now. Thank you. Thank you. And I cannot wait to have you on to talk about this. To the dispatcher who connected me with their coworker who took this call. Both of you, thank you, because this is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to do this and talk about this shit. Maybe we'll do this as an open mic live, and then I'll just add it to the podcast as an episode instead of pre-recording it. I don't know. We'll see what if she, if she's down for that. Either way, we'll figure it out. It is going to be a lot of fun. As you can see, I'm excited as fuck already. So this is going to be a good time. But just for a moment, let me see here. I want to see. Okay, so let's see if we can. I want to put this up here really quick. It's the same thing that we were talking about. And Colleen, what's up, yo? What's going on? And I just I just want to show this really quick. All right, let me pull this back up over here. Okay. So look at the little guy. This poor little guy, man. He's all passed out. So they said he got into rum, peanut butter whiskey, or something like that, right? Got into all kinds of shit. And yes, shout out to Downriver Public Safety. So let's just imagine. Let's just imagine for a moment. The raccoon. What the raccoon is thinking. It's like,
Oh man, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, I feel all kind of wobbly and everything.
you can just imagine. Oh no, my eye is starting to water and it's starting to sting a little bit. Oh, this is why I always wear contacts, because sometimes when I start laughing really hard, my eyes start to sting. So if I turn my camera off for a moment, that's why. But either way, just thinking about that raccoon and just like kind of all stumbling around and everything, and heading to the bathroom. Like, how did it know to head to the bathroom as well? Going in there and just
I think I'm gonna lose my. Yep, I gotta find the bathroom right now. I'm gonna throw up.
and then just it's just, can you imagine being the person, okay? Being the person walking in there. For one, seeing the whole place destroyed, right? Seeing the place destroyed and just liquor bottles all over the place. And then maybe hearing like a like just like snoring, but not hardcore snoring, just enough, right? Just enough that you can hear it. And you start thinking, is somebody here? Is there somebody in here? And then opening the bathroom door and seeing the poor little raccoon passed out. Yes, Donna. Yes, peaceful snoring. But I can just imagine standing there, like staring at the raccoon and seeing its body, like, move up and down because it's passed out. All drunk off its ass. What did it say? Trashed panda style. And I would have to laugh. There would be a WTF, right? But I would start laughing so hard because when else would you? What are the odds? When would you ever see something like this? You walk in, it's like, damn, that raccoon party's hard, man. Look at that. You're laughing and stuff, and the raccoon's just kind of barely opening its eyes, turning to the side.
You better stop laughing at me. I don't know what's going on. What year is it?
That's like my go-to animal and cartoon voice. I think what's even more funny is, well, you know what? Okay, hold on. First of all, I'm glad the raccoon's okay. I love animals. I'm glad the raccoon is okay, but this is hilarious. But also the fact that they ended up taking it to an animal shelter to sober up. and then letting it back out into the wild. Can you imagine? Now, would the raccoon be probably, right? Or something. I mean, I'm sure they checked it out and everything to make sure it was okay. Make sure it was fed, hydrated. And Donna says, that raccoon was thinking, just let me die. You know, it probably it dude. Okay, how many of you have been buzzed enough just at home and you see everything like start spinning, or like when you go to sleep and you're like, "Oh my god, I had way too much," and everything starts spinning. Can you imagine that being like the raccoon? Like the raccoon just chilling there, is like, I don't know. Why is everything spinning? Yes, Scotty, the stories it has to tell now. So imagine that. The next morning, Catherine never had that happen before. The next morning, raccoon wakes up. Oh, where am I? This is crazy. I was in this building. There were bottles. I was falling. I don't know what happened. So, oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Donna says, and they released it to the wild, but now it knows where the good booze are. You're right. So he's going to be at the door all the time. You know, you never know. It's possible, I guess. So the raccoon gets up, right? They feed it. It's getting like all kinds of water. It's probably like, it's like this tastes different. Like this is water. Like I feel better. And then they take it and let it out. No, Chrissy says, wonder what his morning after walk of shame would be. They end up letting it back out into the wild. Raccoon runs off. Goes back to wherever it lives with its homies. Like, Steve, where were you, man? What happened?
Oh my god. You won't believe this. I ended up I got angry. You guys remember I was so pissed off last night? I don't even know why. I ended up breaking into this building, and it was a wonderful land of glass, liquid. I felt so warm. And then the world started spinning and I woke up and it was over. I Meanwhile, the other raccoons are like, do you guys believe him? Like, Steve's known to be doing some crazy shit, but do you think that he would actually let's turn on our TV. And then they see him all over the news. They're like, bro is for real. And Steve was never the same. Donna, what if he is now coming back with his homies? And they're all getting trashed panda'd. They're all like, oots, 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 oots. Oh, we kind of said the same thing there. Donna says goes back to all his forest buddies and they're planning a massive heist as we speak. Dude, probably they're ready to get completely trashed again. Bro, Steve's trashed panda. Oh my god, man. That is so funny, dude. So with that said, also, again, I cannot wait to get the dispatcher on who took this call and just to kind of talk about it, but also because it went viral, this story. I mean, it's everywhere. It's on the BBC. Like, I mean, it's everywhere. And just to talk to them, or to talk to the one dispatcher who took the call, to get the information. I don't know, maybe I can FOIA the call. But also, at the same time, just to get the reaction of like, yeah, I just happened to wake up and the story's everywhere. Like, what do you do? I mean, there's nothing you can do, right? Because it's already out there. But, you know, if the audio were out there too, you're just like, yep, that was my call. It's everywhere. Oh, shit. That is so funny, man. It is so good. You know, at the same time, I will say, and I always say this, that it seems like there's a lot of times, right, that we have a bunch of hard calls, and then out of nowhere, the dispatch universe is like, I'm going to give you a funny or maybe even an outrageous one. And who knows, maybe their night there had been kind of crazy. And then this call comes in and it goes viral. And these are the types of things that we end up thinking about later. Just like, you know what? I kind of needed that. And, but this story is just, oh, this is funny. The other story that I was going to share, it's a public safety agency who shared this on their Facebook. And it's like this whole elaborate story of an elf on the shelf that gets arrested. But I'm going to save that for the next one, because I knew I was going to take a little more time with this, because I even just looking at the picture right now, even though you can't see it, and I'm just looking over here on the side, it makes me laugh. Donna says this could be the ultimate weirdest adult children's book series ever. The Trash Pandit Adventures of Steve. Right there. There you go. Maybe have an Audible book as well, and the book on Audible would be Steve narrating it. They're telling his story.
One night, I was just devastated. My girlfriend had broke up with me, and I was just in rage. I found this building, a beautiful building, and I broke in and drank everything.
Oh my God. Donna says you're narrating the voice of Steve. Oh, shit. Woo. Oh man, that's funny. I love you guys. I love doing open mic with you guys. It's so much fun. And if anything, I'm just simply making myself laugh. So oh man. It's all about the humor, right? Laughing is good medicine. And if you can't laugh at yourself, then what are you doing? There is no reason to not have fun and just live life, man. There's too many other things, too much other bullshit that's going on. I tell people, it's like, you know, I worry about the shit that I can control. The stuff that I can't control, it's out there. It's happening. But the stuff that I can control, that's what I'm going to pay attention the most to. And what's the point in being or living in a shitty way or having shitty attitude all the time or whatever? It's just going to kill your soul. Let's laugh. Like this shit that we're talking about right now with Trash Pandit Steve. Oh man, really? You know what it comes down to, really? Is not giving a fuck what people think of you. That's what it is. That is when you can truly be free. Those people out there, that's their own shit. That's their own shit. Live life. Laugh. Have fun. For real. What's the point in being fucking angry, man? I'm all about having a good time and laughing, and even laughing at myself. Because again, that moment of evolution, progression, moving forward, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. Maturing, it's when you can learn not to give a fuck about what anybody else thinks of you and just live life. Thank you for listening in on my TED Talk. Joe, what's up, my friend? Joe Serio, Control the Controllables. It's about all we can do. For real, man. Seriously. For real. Yes. And that's truly maturing. I don't care about anybody else. You can think what you want to think of me. I think I'm awesome. So eat a dick. That has been brought to you by Trash Panda Steve.
Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Oh, it's my girl, Erica. What is going on, Erica? Yeet. What's up? What's up? What is going on? You guys like my hat? Like, it's getting a little cold in here. Let's see. Donna says, I love it. Have fun. Do what brings you joy. Find happiness in the little things. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And like Erica says, truth. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Shit. Stress is killing you. Stress is killing everyone. I know some stress we can't do things about, right? But we can try to work through it and make things better for ourselves. Oh, man. All right. So the raccoon story, that was great. I cannot wait to have the dispatcher on, and it is going to be awesome. It is going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be excellent. Now, seeing how I see my homie Joe up in there, I want to share something that happened to me. Holy moly. Okay. So I ended up in November driving to the ranch in Bandera, Texas, to the Mayan Ranch. And this is the second time that I've done this. And it's a long drive. It's about 19 and a half, 20 hours, depending on traffic. But I drive straight through on the first leg. And I stop in Texarkana. I sleep. And then I drive the rest of the way. So it's like 6.5, almost 7 hours. And it was fun. You know, sometimes, as much as I love to fly too, because it gets me there a lot faster, that's for sure. Well, at times, hold on. Well, hold that thought. I also like to drive because there's some experiences that I have when I drive that I would never have flying. So, and not just that, the scenery itself, like some of the pictures that I've taken, just gorgeous sunsets or sunrises, man. Gorgeous scenery. Things that I get to see when I'm traveling. I love it. And so I drove there, had a good time, did Imagine Listening, did some audio video recording with my homie, Joe, and other folks that were out there. And we just all had a superb time. A lot of frolicking. It was awesome. It was good. Now, I was home for a few weeks, couple weeks. And then it was time for the first mental health ranch back out in Bandera. Yes, and Gerald was out there. And we end up going back. But here's the thing. So this time I'm flying, okay? This time I'm flying. And I had been watching the weather, okay? Because it started snowing and my homie Erica, who's in Michigan, had sent me a message, and she goes, "Have you been watching the weather?" And I said, "Well, kind of. Yeah, I've been watching the weather like around here." I said, "But I saw that it was going to be snowing in Detroit." And she's like, "Dude, like you better figure out something else." So I did. I ended up changing my flight completely. I canceled it out of Detroit because I thought, if she's telling me it's bad over there, then I'm not even gonna risk it. So um I end up changing my flight to fly out of Fort Wayne. It's rare that I fly out of Fort Wayne now, only because there's always a stop, there's always a connecting, and it's way more expensive. So I ended up switching it. I was going to be flying out at like 5 or 6 in the morning, like that early. I'm all packed, ready to go. Wake up at 4 in the morning, go downstairs to get stuff, put away into my car. It's snowing outside, and I look at my phone, and I just got a notification saying, "This is Delta, and your flight is canceled, bitch." I mean, they didn't say it that way, but you know what? They might as well have. Okay? I felt it. I know when I've been insulted. I know when I've been insulted. Sorry. If you know a Charlie Brown Christmas, then you know that that's a quote from that cartoon where Lucy starts yelling that out at Charlie Brown. Anyway, so I'm like, well, crap, what am I going to do? And I had been talking to Joe and Lindsay already, saying, I'm just telling you that my flight might be canceled or potentially delayed. I'll keep you guys updated. So then I let them know, I was like, this thing got canceled, man. So I'm trying to figure something out. So then the next flight, the only flight that's available, is in Indianapolis. So I end up booking the flight, getting a ticket to leave at like 6:45 in the evening. Okay. And I was going to make it to San Antonio around, I think it was like 12:30 a.m. San Antonio time. So I'm like, fine, I got it. I'm about 20 minutes away from the airport, and I have video. I'm not going to show it right now, but I have video where it's bumper to bumper traffic. Like I'm just sitting there. That's why I took the video. I would have never done it while I was driving. But we're just sitting there. So I'm just like panning around because it's a whiteout, dude. And I'm thinking, are we even going to take off? I finally make it to the airport, get through security rather easy. And then they change our gates like 5 times. And then they finally they settle on the gate that we're going to be flying out of. Now, there's no plane. There's also no crew. So, so we're all there, and I'm like texting both Joe and Lindsay, like, I'm going to get there, man. I am going to get there. Just hold up. I'm going to make sure to get there. So we end up delayed because we're waiting for a plane. And we're waiting for hours to arrive. It finally does. Everyone starts deplaning, and they tell us over the intercom, so because we want to make sure to take off as fast as possible, we are not going to clean 100%. We're going to do like a once over. And everyone's thinking, we don't care, because at this point, the faster we take off or whatever, it's going to help us because we have to stop in Atlanta for connecting. And if any of you have ever flown out of Atlanta or Minneapolis, you know that connection sucks, especially Atlanta, because usually it's like you've got 10 to 15 minutes to get to your next flight. And you're probably at one side and you got to go all the way to the other side. So we finally all get on the plane. And they come up on the intercom and they're telling us we need to bring out one of the trucks to de-ice the plane. We want to make sure that everything is okay. And I'm like, whatever you got to do, man, whatever you have to do it. We were there for a long ass time. I'll put it this way. I put on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and I was a little over halfway done with the movie before we finally actually took off. And they had to bust in another truck to de-ice us because that's how cold it was that they had to do it double time. When we finally take off, again, I have video, but I don't have it queued up to show it. It looked like we were going through warp speed because the snow was as we're taking off, and I'm by the window and I'm recording, but at the same time, like this is crazy. We get above and everything ends up being good, but then they're telling us there's also a storm that's going on in Atlanta. And I'm like, oh my God. So we land in Atlanta. And when we land, this is the part that sucked. When we land, I was going to have 10 minutes to run from my gate to the next gate. But we were landing at like A27, and the gate that I had to go to was A29. So I was like, yes, that's going to be so easy. I'll be right there. But as we are taxiing to the gate, my app refreshes and it says that I missed my connecting flight. It already took off. Dude, oh, I was so pissed. And it rebooked the flight, which was fine because I was still going to be flying out pretty quick. But now I've got 10 minutes. I've got 10 minutes to run. And I'm kind of far back. And the person's like, do you have a short, like, you're going to be cutting it close? And I said, they're already boarding. And she goes, oh no. It's like, that's what I thought. Finally get off, see where I have to go, and I start hauling ass. I start running, and I make it to the tram, get to the gate, and there's a bunch of us running for the gate. When we get there, it says Greensboro, North Carolina, and we're like, no, we missed it. Oh my God, we missed this one too. And so we're just standing there like dumbasses until one person ends up walking up to the lady who's there by the desk and goes, so we were all running over here because it was supposed to be San Antonio, but it says Greensboro. And she goes, you guys are in the right place. And we're like, oh, good. Everyone was so distraught and stressed out that no one asked until that one moment. So we're in the right spot, okay? So we're in the right spot. And I'm so like adrenaline going and everything. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Wait, Erica says your airport stories give me so much anxiety. Yeah. They're something. Everyone always says like, dude, something happens every time you fly or you're traveling. And you're right, they do. It makes for a good story now, but at the time, no. So I go and use the bathroom, right? Come back, I'm walking towards the gate again, and I hear, ladies and gentlemen, for whatever flight going down to San Antonio, your gate has now changed to B32. So luckily, I wasn't that far. I was like right in the middle because B36 was where we were going to be, or where we were told we were in the right place. So now we're all over at B32, and people are pissed. And I go sit down, and I look in back of me. No plane. So the same thing happens. No plane, no crew. And everyone is sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm like, well, what else are we going to do? So we're just sitting there. The plane finally shows up. People get off. They get people on there to clean it. We're still waiting for crew. Finally get the crew to come on, and then we all get on the plane. And from Atlanta to San Antonio, it's about 2 hours. So we're flying, and as we're going over there, I mean, I'm sitting in the middle seat, which I hate sitting in the middle seat. And the two dudes that were sitting next to me were sitting like this. And they're passed out, man. They are passed out. And I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't have to use the bathroom or anything. I'm glad that I, pre-gamed it. Because that would have sucked bad. We finally get there. When we finally arrive in San Antonio, it's like 2:30 or 2:45 in the morning. Yeah. And I thought, am I awake enough to drive the 45 or so minutes to the ranch? Because my cabin was there waiting for me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to push through. I'll be all right. So I end up getting my bag, which my bag got there before me, which was good though, because it was just sitting there and I could just go pick it up while everybody else was waiting for their bags. And I go to where the rentals are. Now, here's the cool thing about showing up that late at night. There are only 2 cars available. One of them was this super nice ass Ford Explorer. And what I had was just like a 4-door sedan, is what I had reserved. And I walk in, and I think I'm trying to remember what other it was. I think it was a truck or something was the other one. And I walk up, and the guy goes, "We've only got 2 cars." And I said, I can choose from either one of them. And he goes, "You are correct, because we only have 2." He goes, "There are some more that are coming." He goes, "But these are the only 2 that we have, unless you want to wait." And I was like, "Nope, I'll take the Explorer." And then I go, "Well, hold on. What's the upcharge?" And he goes, "There is none. Because we don't have any other cars, it's going to be the same." And I was like, $300 for this thing for the week? Hell yeah. I was like, I'm going to take that bitch. So I take it. And I go and I charge and I take off. Halfway to Bandera, my stomach is like eating itself because I haven't eaten in hours. I mean, it had been a long ass time. And I thought, man, if I don't eat something, I might not be able to sleep because my stomach is eating itself. So what's open 24/7? Whataburger. You're damn right. Whataburger. I got me a double Whataburger, large fries, Coke. Nasty. No way, dude. That shit was good. I could have gotten their breakfast, but I wanted a big ass burger. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Joe. No gas station burritos allowed. No. Now here's the thing, because it's the middle of the night and everything, I thought, man, I hope I'm in a good spot, like a safe area here where I'm at. And as soon as I pulled in, there were like seven police officer cruisers that were parked there, and they were all inside eating. I was like, oh yeah, we're good. I'm good. So I order and I fix it, my burger, and set my fries up so that I can make my drive, because I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and eat and enjoy it. And then I thought, I'm also tired. I need to just go. So I take off. I've got a podcast going, and oh wait, Amanda says, you were holding out for the bacon at the ranch. You're damn right. So I take off, and I don't know how I did it, but like lettuce is falling, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, are you kidding me? I end up finishing my food as I'm just like, with plenty of time getting to my destination. But there were so many deer, like 15, 20 minutes away from the ranch. And in the middle of the night like that, I mean, all you see is eyeballs. There was one deer that ran out in front of me, Luckily, I was far enough that I didn't have to like slam on my brakes or anything. But man, I was awake. Talk about being fully kicked out of being in tired mode. I was just eyeballs open, seeing all the eyeballs on the sides of the road going towards the ranch. And I get to the ranch, and I thank you, Joe and Lindsay, so much for hiding my key. So here's the thing. I pull into the ranch, and it looks spooky as fuck. It looks spooky, but also awesome at the same time. And I'm rolling into the ranch, and I pull in to the cabin that I usually have. And as soon as I go to turn into the driveway of where my cabin is, I have my high I turn my high beams on because I was like, "What is that over there?" And I turn the high beams on. A whole shit ton of goats and rams are just chilling by my front door. They're just sitting there. So I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, are they gonna move? I I don't know that they're gonna move. So I just start creeping up slowly and get this. I swear to you, I was not. I was probably slap happy. Okay, I was probably slap happy, but when I get closer, one of the rams looks up like towards me. Like I swear it was looking into the windshield at me, and it goes like it like rolled its eyes and just put its head like almost like, oh my god, okay. Starts slowly getting up and looks at the rest of them and makes some noise. And they start slowly getting up and they move out of the way, and the ram is walking away and just kind of gives me like side eye. I'm like, thank you. Sorry. But then when I park fully, I'm watching them because I don't want to get nailed. So I get out of the car and I open up the back. And when I opened up the back, it kind of freaked them out a little bit. So they scattered. And I had my light on my phone and I was just scanning around to make sure that there wasn't one there like, "I want to knock your ass out." Got my suitcase, shut the door, found my key, went inside. When I finally went to sleep, like when I got there and I finally got to sleep, it was like 4:30 in the morning. Oh my god. It was crazy. I hopped into bed, passed out, but it was one of those sleeps that I'm sure that you all have had, where when you fall asleep, you close your eyes and then you open them and it's already morning. That's how it was. I woke up and it was just, what time is it? And it was like 8:39. 8:39. So it was like 4 hours, maybe a little less. I don't know that I actually, or maybe a little more. Either way, 4 hours of like solid sleep, even though it didn't feel like it. And I look at my phone that was right next to like my face. And I had text messages. I had text messages from Lindsay. I had text messages from Donna. They're like, "Did you make it? Did you make it here?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I didn't send them a message." So I sent Lindsay a message. I was like, "Dude," well, I sent them both one. I was like, "Dude, I made it, but this is the time." And she's like, "Well, Joe says you can crash, like you can sleep a little more if you need to." I'm like, I'm awake, man. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to go back to sleep. And she's like, "We saved you some bacon." I was like, "Oh yeah," because that bacon is amazing. The bacon is amazing. It is so good. So I get all showered up, dressed and everything, and I haul over to the conference room where everyone is at, set up and already starting classes, right? And I pull in, and as I was getting my stuff out, and Joe's walking towards me. I'm like, dude, how did you know I was here? Like literally like walking up to me as I'm walking in. And I thought, how did you know? Did you feel my energy? But he's like, you're here just in time. We're about to do something. And I was like, all right, let me get my phone out. And I was doing some filming already. But that was one of the craziest flights, man. One of the craziest. And I just thought, holy moly, like what the what the heck? But that week was so good. It was so much fun. So all of you that was out there, or that were out there rather, for the Mental Health Ranch, thank you for being there. Thank you for what you do and for making that first one so awesome. The vibe throughout the week, I mean, all of them are amazing, but especially this one is when we were in the saloon that second to the last night. Holy hell. I mean, Joe, you and Lindsay are on here. That was something. Like that was way up here in support for each other and people going up and doing karaoke and just the connections, just all of it. It was I can't even explain. And so while we were out there as well, my homie Cassie was out there, and she was wearing one of the hats. She was one of the winners from a few years back of this knitted Santa hat that I did, where I put the I Am 911 logo on it. So I want to show this really quick because she took this picture and she sent me 3 of them, and I haven't had a chance to post them yet, but check this out. And I can't remember the name of this horse, but this was really cool. Again, I've got 3 pictures. This one was just the one that I downloaded at the moment, and it was so good, man. So good. And just everything that was going on. Cowboy breakfast, bacon, connections, just everything that we did out there was amazing. Joe says, I'm satisfied with it as a first attempt. We got a lot of great feedback. Excited to do it again in March. Hell yes. And I'm excited to be out there as well. It is going to be an excellent time. And again, I cannot say enough of it. And yeah, I look forward to going out there and just continuing to have so much fun. I mean, the one prior to that, my girl Catherine from Ada County, we all had so much fun. And with your crew, just the frolicking going on and everything, it was awesome. Gerald the ghost that was there, that I've never seen before. And now forever, Gerald will be there just chilling with people, and they won't even know. But we will know. Oh, man. Yeah. No, we had an excellent time. Also, during that time, there's a place there in town. I forget what it's called, but they sell salt. And my homie Catherine and I and a couple of our coworkers, we are in there and we're trying the different salts. And that truffle one, Catherine, are you still on here? That truffle one was superb. That one was outstanding. And then also they ended up getting some like pickles from this souvenir shop. And those pickles were the bomb. I don't know if you guys like pickles or anything, but yeah. Yes, there you go, Catherine. Yes, it is amazing. Oh, there it is. Joe and Donna. Look at that. Everyone talking about holy shit. Okay. We've got it in there 3 times and it's already on the screen. But yes, the Texas Salt Company. Dude, if you get a chance going over there, stop by that place. I could destroy that truffle salt. It was so good. I would tap shoe on that shit all over the place. And I will be presenting at the next Mental Health Ranch as well. So make sure to sign up for all of that. It is going to be a hell of a good time. Seriously. Amanda jumping in. So delicious. We've been cooking with cowboy salt. Approved. Dude, see, I wish I would have bought a bunch of it when I was there. Catherine bought a bunch, and there's a few other people bought some too. I wish I would have, because again, her and I were trying that truffle one, and it was just, it made me squeal and cry. That's how good it was. I would put that shit. Oh, it would be so good on popcorn. Okay, I'm going too far into the food and the salt. But anyway, it was really good. It was really, really good. I loved it. Amanda says, thanks for introducing me to it. Hey, I would have never known if my homegirl Catherine and everyone didn't go over there. So I can't take credit for it. I will give them credit because that was all them. And when I go back, I cannot wait to have some more. And I'm actually going to buy some this time. I'm going to buy some and I'll report back. Lauren, what is going on, Lauren? Hello. Your mom is the coolest fucking person ever. And we were eating truffle salt. Like it was candy. Because it kind of tasted. I mean, it was just that good. So again, for anyone looking at any of the awesome training that goes on out there at the ranch, oh my God, I know I talk about it all the time, but I can't say enough. And I am blessed, seriously blessed to be able to go out there and have the opportunity to just speak with everyone and hang out with the awesome folks that instruct there, but also the Hicks family who run that ranch. Dude, talk about hospitality, talented, funny as shit, just like cool freaking people. It's like a second home. So again, these things sell out almost a year in advance. So if you are ever looking at going up in there and working on you and just doing this training, again, I can't say enough about it. joeserio.com/training-ranch, and you'll find everything there. Make sure to check it out. And I am kind of cool, especially with my cool hat. I almost dropped my hot chocolate. Whoops. That's what I get for messing around. Either way, Training Ranch, there's the link. Make sure to check it out. It is going to be awesome. So I will say this as we go into the wrap up, because we're going over an hour, but it's okay as well because it's been 2 weeks since I've done one of these. So I apologize for that as well. Back to back to back traveling. Seriously, that's how crazy it's been. But it has been good. It's been rewarding. Again, I feel blessed, and it has been amazing. It has been so much fun. And so when I came back from the mental health ranch, I was home for like a day and a half. And one of the things that I will say, it was the most fun when I got back. It was the evening, and it was just getting dark. And it had snowed enough that my daughters were going outside to sled. And they're like, Dad, you should come with us. And I said, heck yeah, let's do it. And I went out there with them for a while. I've got video, I'll post it later, but Lola, Olivia, and we were outside sledding, and it was so much fun. And a lot of times, life gets us down. We're traveling, we're busy, we're doing all kinds of shit. And sometimes we see our kids. If you have kids, maybe, friends, nephews, nieces, whatever. And they're just having a good ass time. Not a care in the world. because they haven't gone out there yet, right? It's not their time to go out there yet. They're just living life. Those are the moments that you want, those core memories. And sometimes we just need to choose to sled, whatever version of sledding it is for you. Sometimes you just need to take that break and go out and sled and have fun. Again, whatever version of sledding that is for you. Because that's also taking care of you and filling your cup. And they definitely did that for me. And we were just sledding over and over and over and over until it got really cold. And it got super dark. But it was a lot of fun. And those are the moments that you take in and you cherish those. So we had a lot of fun. And then the next day, flew out to Florida, which is where I was just at this past week. And I was out there with my good friends that I've had in the 911 profession forever now, but also through this partnership with Rapid SOS and the Within the Trenches podcast. I was out there with them, and I got to record an episode with a dispatcher out there. Her name is Hannah, and I cannot wait for you guys to listen to this episode. I will mention two things from it as we go into the wrap up of this. One of the stories she shared was the very first call that she took. And it had to do with a monkey that escaped from a local sanctuary. And she says that they ended up telling them, like, this monkey really likes dogs. So the people in the area, they were out walking with their dogs to kind of, get the monkey to come out. And it eventually did. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. That's a cool story. I like that. But then there was another story. And this story, I'm pretty sure it happened in 2019. And it went viral. Like, you can look it up. You can Google it. I'm going to share the story tomorrow. The news story, that is. And hopefully I don't get this wrong, but I'll basically give you the gist. A mom who was having an emergency shows up to the sheriff's department. And her emergency is that her and her son are headed to a wedding, and she doesn't know how to tie a tie, and he needs the tie. So Hannah ends up going out there and helps tie the tie for him. And someone took a picture of it, and it went on social media and it went viral. She was telling me that people from different countries were calling, from big cities were calling, LA, New York, like all of this, were calling to interview her because of this feel-good story. And I thought that was amazing. Because it costs $0 to be kind. And that was their emergency at the moment. And she was able to help. Now, here's the thing. She told me years and years ago, her dad pulled her aside and showed her how to tie a tie. And said to her, because she says, Dad, I'm not ever going to wear a tie. Like, why do I need to know? And he goes, you never know. It might come in handy sometime. And she said that when she was tying the tie on the kid, or teenager, I don't remember now, kid or teenager, one of the two, that she thought this was the reason. This was the reason that I learned how to do this. That's excuse me. That's why I was trying to like press on my nose to try to stop myself from sneezing. I apologize. All of these times going live, I think I've only sneezed like a handful of times. But again, that was one of those cool and feel good moments. Again, it costs $0 to be kind. And that story went out there. So I'm going to share that. And again, I thought that was really awesome. So there's a lot coming up. And this week, I'm just going to say this as we're going into the wrap up of this. This week, something cool is going to happen. I'm really excited for it. I'm also really nervous. Some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of you don't. All I can say is watch for my social media, because stuff is going to be coming out soon. But months ago, I had posted something that said that if you ever saw me in a specific place, something cool was happening. And you will soon see what it is that I'm talking about. Yep, that's it. That's where I'm leaving it. But again, I'm excited, and you're going to find out about it soon. Just make sure you're following on social media, because I'm going to be posting stuff. And it starts with a flight out of Detroit. Yep. And if you're following my social media now, especially my personal ones, then you've already seen the hint that I'm talking about. More to come. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. And it has been a lot of fun. And Amanda says, "You putting out a Christmas album?" Yes. I'm trying to think of the lyrics now. I can't remember it, but it's the song from I feel it all around me. I feel it in my toes. Christmas all around me. No, I'm not putting out a Christmas album, but something is happening. Something. Oh, in the voice of Steve the Trash Panda.
I feel it all around me. I feel it in my tum. I got super fucking drunk. It was all of rum.
Oh my God. Okay, we need to wrap this up, because now I'm going off. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Again, I love you guys. This is so much fun. This is what Open Mic Live is all about. Forgetting about the bullshit that's going on outside of the world, and just coming on here, talking, engaging with each other, and supporting each other, healing, closure, whatever form, through the power of storytelling and laughter, because laughter is good medicine. So where's your number now? From where it was in the beginning, where's your number now? I am way above a 10, and I've had so much fun with all of you tonight. So thank you. And thank you for what you do in our profession. Thank you. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, a leader next gen core services. Shout out to subscribers of the podcast, as well as all of you who watch, listen, support, and share. Thank you so very much. I do all of this stuff, but it wouldn't be what it is without all of you. So thank you. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X. And I used to do this on Instagram as well. However, Instagram is being a jerk, and it only does it in a portrait mode, which shows this much of my face, and that's it. It doesn't do landscape anymore. So I don't know. As soon as they fix that, I'll have it on Instagram as well. But for now, this is where it's at. Comments, questions, you ever want to be a guest on the OG podcast, Within the Trenches podcast, you can find everything. links.co/IAM911, and that is links with 2 i's.co/IAM911. You'll find everything there. Email, social media, where to follow, where to hear the latest episodes of Within the Trenches podcast and the Imagine Listening podcast, where you can purchase the Imagine Listening books, where you can join the free Trenches community and where you can also find podcast and dispatch merchandise. All of that there. Once again, links twoeyes.co/IAM911. And thank you for everything. And listening to those podcasts, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone, and we will see you all in the next one.